You can ask anyone who's black, and they'll tell you a story of somebody being racist towards them in the water.
Well, there's not a lot of black surfers, there's not a lot of black people in the water, but I had no idea that it was going to be this much racism in the water.
Instead of just enduring it, we're trying to affect change. I definitely feel like the tide is changing.
Pour Brut, j'ai rencontré des surfeurs californiens qui défient les stéréotypes. Ces femmes et hommes racisés se battent pour prendre leur place sur les vagues de Los Angeles. Cette communauté, c'est Call of the Water. Elles sont nées après le meurtre par la police de George Floyd et les manifestations Black Lives Matter.
You think of the water being this calm, collective, tranquil place where every person walking this earth should be allowed to be in the water. And I've never felt so much racism, microaggression, bullying. As much as you do in the water. The worst that's ever happened is actually being called the N-word several times repeatedly, over and over, and I've never been called the N-word in my life, all the way to being yelled at, screamed at, cursed at, and then men jump in on your wave, or they take your wave, or they snake you on a wave because they don't think you're going to take the wave because you're a woman, and they definitely don't think you're going to make the wave because you're a black woman, which is hilarious, because most of the time I am making it. Some people think that the water belongs to them. These waves belong to them. It's like, this is my beach, these are my waves, and that's not, you're a guest on this planet. No one owns any of this shit. We're all a guest, and we all have the right to be in the water.
Les plages de Los Angeles ont été ségrégées jusque dans les années 1960.
The group of whites attacked about 75 integrationists during a wait-in demonstration.
Les Afro-Américains n'avaient accès qu'à deux plages, Inkwell au sud de Santa Monica et Bruce's Beach, qui est maintenant appelée Manhattan Beach. Quelques semaines après mon passage, un incident raciste s'est passé sur cette plage et des centaines de surfeurs sont venus en solidarité pour demander à ce que la culture du surf change.
You don't see a lot of people that look like you at the beach, at the ocean, because they got terrorized when they did. So it's not like the poor stereotype of, black people can't swim, or black people aren't outdoorsy, or they this and they that. It's just not true. There were specific obstacles put in our way to prevent us from doing these types of things. And at a certain point, it's not out of fear that we didn't do it. It's out of self-preservation, survival. I would suggest that everybody start surfing, because as you can see, my smile is growing as I'm getting closer to getting ready to get in this water. It's something very healing about it. Take it from me, somebody that had to do a lot of healing, both physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. The ocean's where it's at. I needed surfing to fill the void. I had like a life-changing injury. It was super tough. I mean, it was tough getting out of the bed, and then from getting out of the bed to it's tough getting out of the apartment, just being seen in public, just being seen,
This leg is static, so this right here will allow you to turn right?
Right.
And then from here, you can jump into your pop-up, right?
Yep.
Because you don't want to have this foot back here.
Surfing and the surfing community, it welcomes you in. It makes me feel good about my unfortunate situation.
Well, and this is something I've learned throughout life, but people bond through pain. And if you're a person of color, then you most likely experience pain to some extent. I think it's human nature for people to want to find community, somewhere you fit in, people who accept you for who you are, you share the same values, same MO. There is so much support. Like when I said I wanted to be a big wave rider, they were like, let's get you trained up.
You control that car, nothing else. And you've been through so much more than I have, so you know how to handle it.
My mom's gypsy. It was just me and her my whole life. We had no support, and she had to do what she had to do to make money. And oftentimes that was things that were on the other side of the law. She always had my back. Like I never told her about kids leaning out of their cars and like screaming nigger at me, or like black kids I wasn't black enough for, white kids I wasn't white. So I fought twice as much. We lived in all kinds of states and countries, and then I went to the military. I was chastised and made to feel like less, and a lot of it was racial bias and stereotypes. Even in the military, the Air Force, like I never had my community. And I always wanted it. And then, Color the Water, I was like, no way. I was like, no way, something's gotta give. And then me and David had a really down-to-earth talk, and he was like, nah, man, like, this is a family. He was like, you're safe here. It was cool. Sorry, I'm like, getting emotional. But, so yeah, it's been like really healing. I think like all my trauma gets me to all these things, but then when I'm like in it, the part about it that I really enjoy is that I don't think about any of it.
Which is the beautiful part.
Yeah.
It's the rocket fuel that gets you to that destination.
Like it gets me to the wave, but when I'm in the wave or I'm under the water, like my favorite part about like adrenaline is that I can't think about anything else.
Try to get it here, like 45.
The ultimate goal for us is to be able to create a sustainable institution, have space on the coast, and be able to provide free surf lessons for any people of color that want to learn.
I mean, the growth of this community has really been incredible.
And so for the first time in my life, I found myself in the water with, surrounded by all these black and brown bodies, and it was a really special experience.
I love it now because it's like, we play the music that we like and ride around here and really take up the space, and not feel like the other out here, but feel like, we have all of us in support. We can try these new things and fall down. And this community is like a chance to really just be here, to show up and to take space.
I have my brothers and sisters with me. All of us together, we're so powerful. I've been in fashion for 20 years. Besides having my own collection, I've done and worked for all top brands. Most of the wetsuits for these big companies, they take men's wetsuits and then they shrink it down to women. I think that's what sparked me, like, okay, I'm gonna make my own wetsuits. Fuck all this bullshit. I promise you there will be dark-skinned, brown, Asian women only in my campaigns, just to make a statement that we belong in the water. Because it's almost like those campaigns are telling young black and brown girls, you don't belong in this space. So we're gonna change that up. Doing these wetsuits, it's not about me, it's about that representation that will vibrate that energy to that young brown girl that sees someone in my suit and says, okay, these beautiful brown women are doing it. I'm supposed to or could be doing it as well. So it's bigger than me.
Where other people might shy away because they don't see representation, it's like, I guess I'm different in that, where I'm stubborn and I'm just like, if you say I can't do it, then that makes me want to try even more. And then just, be that representation. Maybe I'm not gonna be, the best person of color or African American, that's gonna be a surfer, but maybe, maybe my son will be, maybe my son's friend will be. You never know who you can be an example for, and that gets me excited as well, It might not be today, it might be 10 years from now, because I'm gonna be surfing forever, so somebody's gonna see me, and I'm glad to be out there for them.
When I'm out there, it's like the purest form of meditation. Like, it's so loud, but at the same time, it's so quiet. All you can hear is the ocean. And like, all of your problems fade away. For the time that you're in the water, it's just like you and the waves. And when they take you under and you get like tumbled, you just like completely relax and you let the water just do what it does. My heart is at peace. And like for those few moments, I'm just like so happy.